let's look at this. This is pretty amazing. So CNN went out there. Now, look, there was a really interesting debate between James Risen and Glenn Greenwald on the Intercept site. Yes. And they both work at the Intercept. Obviously, Glenn Greenwald, one of the founders, and James Risen, one of their big gets in terms of reporters. And you see really the big difference is a difference in perspective in the way that they report. I mean, Risen is a reporter. I would say that Greenwald is, I mean, they're both journalists, but Risen is a reporter and Greenwald is he has obviously done a lot of reporting, but he's more of his journalism is more of, broadly speaking, commentary, right? Critique. And which is not to say that there's no reporting, but the bulk of his career has been that. And so they have very differing perspectives on the Russia story and the involvement of the Trump campaign and Trump White House. Risen is like, there's a lot of like connections here that maybe there's evidence of in some instances. And I think Greenwald conceded that there's more evidence now than there was a year ago. Greenwald has issues with the way that the entire thing is framed. Risen is not as concerned with it from, how this actual story is interpreted and used. But here is an example of, I think, like one of the things that's problematic. This CNN reporter goes to a random woman, this guy Drew Griffin, to a random woman named Florine Goldfarb. She lives in Florida. I'm not sure where in Florida. And she used to run a Facebook page called Team Trump Broward County. So she lives in Broward County. And it turns out, according to this, there was an indictment, I guess, while we were on vacation, of 13 Russian nationals who are not going to be held to account, but I guess Mueller wanted to lay down some terms of what's going on. They were associated with a troll farm based in St. Petersburg called the Internet Research Agency, which is paid Russian operatives. Here is Griffin going after.
But what part of it in this is a cover-up? What you saying that's not true, or what?
The Russians, I don't care if they were involved or not. That to me is the least important thing.
But they were involved with you. Did you guys know that?
They weren't involved with us. Just make sure that you report it correctly,
But you guys were involved with being patriotic, right?
Very, very patriotic, but not...
Being patriotic was the group that contacted and helped organize some of these activities that you posted on your own Facebook account.
Those were legitimate.
Those were Russians.
They were not Russians. I don't go with the Russians.
That group was Russian.
I have nothing to do with the Russians.
Well, apparently you did.
No.
Maybe you didn't know it, but you did.
When you're talking like this, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Well, I'm talking what's
Those people
based on
that were with me were all Trump supporters. Very, very much so.
And all apparently following the direction of groups that were associated with Russians who were actually infiltrated.
BS. And please report that. I don't believe that. That's bullshit. I know all the people that were with me, okay? They were at my meetings. They're all Trump supporters, okay?
Mm-hmm. But did you realize that you guys were in communication electronically with Russians?
Not me. I don't know.
You were posting stuff on the Facebook.
Hillary Clinton was, and so was all her bandits.
Some of the stuff that you were in charge of the Facebook account, right? You were posting and reposting almost word for word the information that was coming out of this Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg.
No.
You don't believe that?
Nope. It's bullshit. Thank you.
There you go.
You know what? This is like, I'm realizing like The Americans is an awesome show, but the problem is it's way too serious. Like it's all them like stealing like weapon secrets and killing people. Like what it should be is they should do the same show, except the couple is like hanging out with her and they're just like, yeah, Mexicans. And she's like, I know, you can't even say anything anymore. And they switch cars. They go to like another like Trump meetup, and they just have to learn different ways of saying racist shit.
That's the amazing thing is that it's very difficult to. I mean, I probably am a little bit more sympathetic with her in this instance, but it's hard.
I mean, I'm sure she has no idea,
right?
And they're ambushing her, and she's like, low in the totem pole. But at the same time, you know what? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with her politics at all, but in that clip, she still comes off better than the guy who's like, well, actually, like, this is why liberals lose, people.
How great would it be if she did that impression? She's like, oh, really? Well, actually, yeah. Why don't you take a testosterone supplement? This is why liberals lose, pussy. Lock her up. Lock her up. I didn't hear any Russians with the bandits when we were talking about the wetbacks.
I would watch a whole show of that woman just talking shit on Hillary, even though I know her politics are garbage.
There is a whole show like that, actually.
That is where
There's a lot of shows like
that is